I've had some great ones, Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Larry Holmes, and I said, you have potential to become the greatest heavyweight I ever had, and that's saying a whole lot.
By the end of 1993, Riddick Bowe, nicknamed Big Daddy, was doing poorly. It was not that there was any complaints about Bowe's boxing qualities. Eddie Futch was his trainer, and Riddick himself was a talented fighter. The career of the famous heavyweight was brought down by the same man who brought him to the top, Rock Newman. America watched the development of the friendship of Rock and Riddick with no less interest than the series Santa Barbara.
I'm not afraid of you, Lenny, and we gonna get it on. I owe you one.
Okay.
You're not the man I thought you were. You lied on me. I thought we was cool.
Yo, bring it on, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it. You ain't said nothing but a word. Brady Roddick was afraid of you.
I'm gonna knock you out.
You was a chump. You ain't gonna knock nothing out, Bob.
I'm gonna knock you out.
You ain't gonna knock nothing out.
You know I'm gonna knock you out.
nothing out. Why you know do it then? Do it then. You ain't do shit. I ain't never come off my feet.
You're the champion.
You had help from the ref.
You're the champion. He's
You had help. Well, knock me out. Knock me out then, Bob.
You ain't nothing to me.
Well, watch your mouth, sucker.
Hey, look, man, watch your mouth. You ain't nothing to me.
There were scandals, intrigues, fights, provocations, sanctions by the World Boxing Organizations, a copy of the WBC belt in the urn, a rise to fame, and a crashing failure. All of these events revolved around the names Bowe and Newman. Riddick was expelled from all leading boxing organizations, the WBC, WBA, and IBF, due to the tricks of his manager. At the end of the 20th century, the World Boxing Organization was just gaining popularity. The WBO had not yet risen to the level of the other three. To gain popularity, the young organization, formed in Puerto Rico, fought to acquire bright and famous fighters. The first was Prince Nassim Hamed, and the second, rejected by everyone else, was the former undisputed heavyweight champion Riddick Bowe. Bowe became WBO champion without any problems.
Well, in part it's because of the nature of the opponents he's been fighting. That may be it.
Will this be enough? There's a count going.
In his first defense, he took revenge on his longtime offender, the Cuban Jorge Luis Gonzalez.
There it goes. That should do it.
And then completely knocked out the great Evander Holyfield in their third meeting.
And now down goes Evander. A right hand by Bowe. Third knockdown of Holyfield's career. Here comes the fourth, and that's it.
Riddick's behavior overall left much to be desired. He hit Larry Donald at a press conference before the fight, threatened to kill Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis in one evening, and refused to defend his WBO title against mandatory applicant Russian Alexander Zolkin, explaining that he had never heard of such a boxer. The angelic patience of the WBO advisors came to an end. They stripped Bowe of his champion belt. Relatives and friends of Riddick noted dramatic changes in the behavior of the fighter. The calm and quiet guy turned into a real nightmare, a generator of problems and scandals. The reason for the change in his character was simple: his environment. But Rock Newman did not despair. He found for his ward a suitable option, a battle with another rejected boxer, the scandalous and at the time still unbeaten Polish fighter Andrzej Golota. And what about Andre? He was tall and handsome, a favorite of the beautiful half of the population in Poland. In a short time, Golota achieved outstanding heights in the amateur ring. He won the national championship 3 times and went on to confirm his high status on the world stage. Bronze medals at the European Championships in Athens in 1989 and the Olympics in Seoul in 1988. And everything would have been fine if it wasn't for one big exception. The character of Dude was quite specific. In 1990, Andre fought for the honor of a lady in a local bar, at least according to his own account. A magnificent knockout, to the delight of the local public, led to 5 years in prison. Golota, however, was not at a loss. Escaping justice, he fled from Poland to the USA, where he conquered another female heart. By marrying a beautiful American, he received local citizenship. The small incident in the homeland was eventually forgotten. So what was next? Having been in the role of Alphonse for a while, Andre relaxed and gained several kilograms of excess weight. But a man must be in great shape to continue to win female hearts. Golota went to the local boxing club. On the first night, he knocked out 3 sparring partners, was expelled for unsportsmanlike behavior, and the employees called the police. Andre started to have serious problems. However, he was lucky. The chief trainer was the famous coach Lou Duva, who decided to take up the education of this bad guy and bailed him out. Andre agreed, and in 1992 Golota made his debut in the professional ring. Golota's performance was enjoyed by the American public, but boxing organizations were wary of the puncher from Europe. The WBC excluded Andre from its ratings. The sanctions were justified. In 1995, Golota was waiting for the first serious payout after his knockout of Samson Paua. The Pole fought confidently, sending his opponent to a knockdown several times, but he himself was shot and was forced to flee with a clinch.
Rocky Golota could be going. Samson Paua with a dramatic turnaround. Golota in deep trouble. Paua banging away. Golota hovering up halfway through the round. The crowd standing here.
Everything would have been fine, but things did not end with that one embrace. Golota bit his opponent's shoulder. In round 5, he knocked out Paua, but the WBC did not like the cannibal attack by the Pole. A year later, Andre beat the head of Donnell Nicholson with such zeal that it was a miracle he did not lose his boxing license. The New Jersey State Athletic Commission hinted to the heavyweight that the rules of the London prize ring, where you could beat an opponent with your legs, head, shoulders, elbows, etc., are in the past. Golota calmly explained in an interview that it was precisely such methods that helped him to defend his honor in his youth. It was this fighter that Rock Newman found for his ward, Riddick Bowe. Their battle was scheduled for July 11, 1996, and was expected with great interest. 2 such scandalous characters in one ring. Riddick was a clear favorite at 12-1. His boxing skills were tested at a high level, which could not be said about the skills of the Pole.
Command at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands, come out boxing at the bell. Good luck, 12 rounds.
Bowe's duel somehow didn't happen right away. Big Daddy forgot to practice. He entered the ring clearly overweight. In the third battle with Holyfield, Riddick was not in good shape. And against Andre, he was 5 kilograms heavier still. His attempts to demolish the Pole did not bring results, while the 2 straight hits from Golota regularly reached the goal.
Good short left hook. Comes back to the right. Golota lands on the waistline. Kelly's watching upstairs to see if Bowe holds and hits. Now Kelly comes back and tells Golota to...
The fight may go 12 rounds. You get in your body punches.
The second round. Crowd lights up as Golota lands a combo. Bowe's wobbled.
In the third round, Golota showed his opponent a secret trick, which he was taught by the harsh realities of the Polish streets. A left punch below the belt. Referee Wayne Kelly rushed to break them up.
Certainly not overwhelmed by the occasion, at least not so far. Bowe slapping and trying to land a right. Golota blocked that one.
And hope that he tries to pace himself.
So you no longer think that he has to jab with him.
Well, he's already deserted that tactic.
Trainer for many years, and he's looking to catch him with that left hook again.
Hard left, hard right. Bowe wobbles into the corner. Golota goes in to look and see how much.
Like he's breathing hard inside.
It takes a lot of confidence to put out that much punching power and continue to do it.
He saw Golota measure Bowe for the right hand and then missed it. Another low blow. This is a bad one.
In the fourth round, Golota had already quite legally shaken the former absolute champion. but thought his opponent needed yet another hit, and once again planted a strike below the belt.
This was a bad low blow foul.
You got 5 minutes. And it's bad because he's virtually won the round with 19 seconds.
Bowe his shoulders when they're in close. Doesn't give him a good shot.
Oh, he just landed a dynamite combination.
Giving him that shoulder every time side of him. Not open for that uppercut.
Saw Bowe make a half-hearted hand. Bowe steps up against the ropes. Golota rocks him again with a right hand. And a left. And another left up top. And the crowd is oohing and eyeing at the work that's being done on Riddick Bowe ago. Lennox Lewis came in here with a big showcase against Ray Mercer now. Bowe's in pretty much the same position that Lewis found himself in through most of that fight.
A big round for Golota.
Otherwise, his body is right there for this Golota to hit him.
Golota lands another left hook inside.
The beating continued. At the end of the 6th round, he delivered yet another magnificent left punch to the groin.
And let's see if Wayne Kelly takes another point.
Coming into round 7, Bowe looked like a patient entering a dentist office, with a grimace of pain distorting his face. Golota shocked his American counterpart once again. He rushed to finish him off and did so, once more striking with a left punch below the belt. Riddick collapsed. Wayne Kelly dragged Andre from the defeated rival. Bowe's teams and his friends came to his rescue, including Rock Newman and the scandalous Brooks family. Bernard Brooks pounced on Golota. The Pole, who knew firsthand the intricacies of hand-to-hand combat, answered, and a mass brawl began. In the confusion, they knocked out Golota's 74-year-old coach, Lou Duva, and he was taken to the hospital on a stretcher. The police were unprepared for the sudden altercation. As a result of the riots, 22 people were injured and 16 were arrested. Rock Newman, who showed himself in all his glory at the very epicenter of the event, was suspended for a year and fined $250,000 by the New York State Sports Commission. Riddick was hospitalized with hematomas of the inguinal region, and while there, he met the coach of his rival, Lou Duva. Such a nightmare caused a mixed reaction in the media. Journalists of the ring wondered, why did Golota beat below the belt if he was already winning the fight on the cards of the judges and could have finished it ahead of schedule in a completely legal boxing way? The Pole, himself somewhat injured from the brawl, didn't give an explanation. After these events, Bowe sharply reduced his appearances. He avoided questions from journalists about possible battles against Lewis and Tyson. Such fights ceased to interest the American public. The only thing that spectators and journalists wanted to see was the revenge of Big Daddy and Golota. It was no sooner said than done, for the desires of the public take precedence. All prohibitions and disqualifications were broken by two things that can change everything: money and sight. On December 14, 1996, Bowe and Golota were again in the same ring. Riddick did not repeat the mistakes of his first battle. This time he was perfectly prepared physically. However, this did not save him. Golota was still better. Bowe's time was up.
Stiffer jab can give him the edge from out here. Hard power punches from Golota. Bowe goes down.
In the second round, he fell into a hard knockdown.
Bowe's been down, and Golota looks as calm as an assassin as he steps back in.
His first punch is to the body.
He gets a left hand in there. Now a right hand for Bowe as he finds himself a little bit, but Golota wobbles him again. Golota to the body. It'll be an act of Herculean courage. Golota again to the body. Hard right hand shot, and another. Bowe's taking a vicious storm of punishment. A left hand counter landed for Bowe. He's not really sure what he's doing in there. He's just reaching in.
It was the usual thing. The referee, Eddie Cotton, scored a point against Andre for a deliberate header in the clinch. Battle commentators from different countries again and again wondered, why is he doing this?
He's taken a point away from
This
Golota.
point. Now he's starting to blink, and no.
I'm in control.
Hard left hand
by Golota. Bowe lands the right. They fire away at each other. Unbelievable.
The Pole held nothing back, trying to finish off Bowe, but he missed his opportunity, and Riddick, in desperation, rushed all in. He shocked Andre in round 4, delivering a massive series of punches that dropped Andre to the floor in his first ever knockdown in his pro career. Golota came to his senses and beat his opponent in the 6th round. It seemed as if things were going to come to a final conclusion, the knockout of Riddick Bowe. In round 9, Big Daddy desperately tried to strike Golota on the right side of the head. Golota did not like this, and he sent the opponent to the floor with 3 blows to the groin.
And down goes Bowe again.
Yeah, that's it.
And Cotton is not thinking disqualification.
Andre was again disqualified, and again, Bowe won while writhing in pain on the floor. And again, on the cards of all 3 judges, his opponent was in the lead.
He didn't stop the fight. He's deducting points. Larry Hazard came into the ring and told Cotton to take a point.
Bowe 29 completed his career. He limited himself to mere banal phrases about rest and family. His previous loud boasting about battles against Lewis and Tyson were forgotten. Journalists of the ring suggested that the blows of the pole were the cause of Riddick's resignation, and he realized that his time was up. Or maybe Big Daddy was just trying to maintain his dignity. The scandalous Pole went into a duel against Lennox in the status of favorite. The aura of his fights with Bowe was so strong that even Lennox Lewis faded against this background. The level of Andre ascended to the heavens. 2 months before the fight with Lennox, the Ring magazine put Golota in first place in the list of the best heavyweight boxers of our time. But in the end, the Briton quickly brought himself back to the attention of viewers and experts alike. He destroyed Andre Golota in 1.5 minutes of the first round.
Essentially, but he's got a lot of time to get through here. Big right by Lewis. Golota is in deep trouble. This is almost over. Golota cannot think in there. He's down.
Down again. It's over.
Golota is hammered by Lennox Lewis. Wow.
Thanks for watching. Please press the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel as well. See you soon.